Hello guys, once again. I stopped my videos for a long while, but now New Year comes, so my new PC game and new motivation is here, entertaining and helping you guys. So the guide which I'm going to introduce you today is for Rek'Sai, the Void Burrow. She is one of the most popular champions in the league right now because she offers a lot of map presence, mobility, strategic play and flanking, and some new mechanics like tremor sense. Now I'm going to talk about the double because it interacts with her Q and E by changing the spells. The double is pretty straightforward. When unburrowed she can activate it and burrow. She loses a lot of sight range but she gets tremor and she doesn't lose allied sight, so you still see what your wards and allies see. The tremor sense is activated when someone or something moves. The bigger the circle, the bigger the threat. Bigger circles are champions and big jungle monsters like buffs. Your allies can also see the indicator. If she unburrows, she does damage in a close area and knocks enemies up. If the enemies are on top of her, she knocks them up, much like Braum suit. You should max it last, but when jungling or playing top lane, you should get it at level 2. After that is her Q. While burrowed, her Q is a line skill shot which damages and reveals enemies if it hits them. It's useful for scouting, but the damage is low. The interesting part is her unburrowed Q. It causes her next tier attacks to do bonus damage and she spins around hitting surrounding enemies for a portion of that damage. It is also an auto attack reset. This is her main damage dealing spell, so max it first and take it first, regardless if you are top or jungle. Her E is her main part of the kit. I'm gonna start with the unburrowed form. It's a simple bite which does more damage the more fury you have, and at 100% fury it does true damage both to champions and minions. Her burrowed E is the interesting part. She digs a tunnel which you can use to move around the map quickly. She can dig an infinite amount of tunnels, but each one can be destroyed by an enemy simply by standing on top of one of the entrances, and it only lasts for 10 minutes. After using it once, you need to wait a while before using it. You should max the skill second. Her ultimate Void Rush is one of the most interesting parts of her. It consists of a passive and an active part. The passive part increases her attack speed, but the active part is basically a global teleport which can be cast on any of the tunnels on the map. It doesn't matter where the tunnel is, the travel time is always the same. There is a catch though. You need to channel for 1.5 seconds first, and if you take any damage, the teleport gets cancelled, so you can't use that for a fancy escape. It's really good to use it for map positioning, much like teleport. Get points in this whenever possible. It lowers cooldown and increases the attack speed bonus. Now we should get to item builds. For junglers, the choice of smite is basically a personal preference. She can use them all rather well. The improvement though should be warrior. The cooldown reduction of flat armor penetration in the AD from the brutalizer is a must. After that you may get another damage item like Triforce or Hydra. I personally prefer Hydra because it gives AoE damage, more wave clear, lifesteal, a lot of AD, and it does consistent damage, not burst damage like the Triforce. After that, get boots for your choice, either Merc Traits or Ninja Tabai. The fourth item should be a tank one. I prefer Randuin's, but if you're ahead you can get Mullet. It provides health, damage and a soul which she really can use. If you're not that ahead, get a Randuin Summon. The fifth item should be situational. If they have AP, both Visage and Banshees are perfectly fine. Depends on what you prefer, but if you're playing against a full AD comps, you should get a Thornmail to make you unkillable. The sixth item is completely situational. You may get GA if you need survivability, maybe Warmog's armor if you need health, but what I like to do when I'm really far ahead is get a Last Whisper and do crazy amounts of damage to their tanks and carries. But note, this gives no survivability and makes you rather squishy in the really late game, and it's not preferred over any tank item. For runes and masters, I use standard 21-9 masters, taking physical damage in offense while getting a small boost in defense, and for runes I use 4 AD marks, armor seals, MR per level gifts and 3 4 AD quints. Finally, I'll note tactics. Since there are many options to flank and engage, I'm going to talk in basic. In the early game, use your E to your advantage. If you manage to make an infrastructure of tunnels in your jungle, the clear speed is probably the fastest one and can surprise both enemy laners and junglers. You may get a lot of opportunities to get kills on the enemy laners and junglers if you use your tunnels wisely. In the mid game, she is a strong 1v1er. Make a tunnel near your team and go to a side lane. When they engage, simply teleport and help them, or if you got good tunnels, you can use them to flank and surprise the enemy. Note that the scream when she shoots can be heard by everybody on the map, so this may give you away. In the late game, she should focus on either killing the enemy carries or protecting her own, depending on the team comps and her damage. Choose the role of a disruptor or a pillar wisely. It can win you a lot of games. To sum it up, she is a really strong meta pick right now. She is frequently banned, and if she is used with her full potential, she can self-carry games easily and effectively. Spend some time learning her because mechanically she is simple, but strategically Rek'Sai is one of the harder champions, and without utilizing her kit, she is just an average jungler. Okay, thank you for watching, ladies and gents. I hope I helped you understand the champion a bit more, and I really hope that this can help you climb the ladder a bit or improve your gameplay with the champion. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and like the video because this helps me a lot. Comment on future suggestions and champion guides which you want me to do. I love you guys. See you in the next video.